Hey everyone, going to be doing something different again on the Sanity Machine channel. As you may have noticed, I like to do different things and not repeat the same thing over and over and over again. Anyway, going to be doing a little bit of analysis of an old TV series that people still watch. Kind of has a quote cult following, you might say. It's a cult classic series with a lot of esoterica in it because Ewan, who was in charge of this series and starred in the series, the prisoner, was well aware of what he was doing. He was aware of symbolism. He was aware of esoterica. He was knowledgeable. He understood what he was talking about. He was showing you things in this. Whether he was working on the good side or the dark side, I'll leave that up to you. You can determine that if you want to. But I do know one thing. He was exposing things and showing you different things. You learn a lot from watching this series. Pause it here for just a second. Right off the bat, the crash of lightning or the thunder crash or thunder clap is basically the soul coming to earth. Some would say Lucifer, but it could just be the soul. That's what it could represent symbolically. And so right off the bat, he's showing that he knows about this stuff. He's initiated. He's aware. He's not one of the profane, unwashed masses, one of the dummies on the street that you could show this to and they wouldn't notice anything. This wouldn't mean anything to them at all. None of this introduction and none of the show would mean anything to them. And then he's driving, he's by himself, and that's also showing you something. That means something. He's independent. He's an individual. He's something that most in this world are not. And they fight against, they rage against that. They want to destroy that. Did you catch that? I hope so. Way out, the way out, and look where he is. Do you see him in silhouette? Tunnel, a dark tunnel with light. Wow, is that showing you something? This is just the introduction to the show. There's so many layers of meaning and so much is being revealed in this show that it's incredible. It truly is. I'm going to go back to that. And well, what do we have here? One eye symbolism. Right eye is open to our left, but his right eye is open. His other eye looks to be pretty much closed, doesn't it? He's showing you something here. He's showing you that he has knowledge. It goes by very fast if you don't pay attention. It's gone in a split second. There's probably thousands of fans of this show that haven't noticed this, that have watched every episode multiple times, Some of them have watched it for decades. It's the way this realm works. Not all can see. We're not all the same. We're not all one, man. It's not oneness. We're not all one. Hate to stop it again so quickly, but I mean, I have to point this stuff out. There's the crash of lightning again, thunder, right? The automation, the automated systems, they're Xing him out because he quit. I can't go into every detail or this would be so many hours long. I mean, I could probably spend an hour or several hours just on the introduction to the show. There's so many layers to it, so many layers deep, just analyzing it and deconstructing it. That's the way that this is made. Of course, to the average normie or sheep out there, I mean, they would just say you're crazy for thinking there's so much in this. They don't understand. They don't understand what they're looking at. They can watch a TV screen for decades and not understand what they're looking at. Want to jump in quickly and say I really recommend that you watch this. The acting, especially of Patrick McGowan, is excellent. Um, it's worth looking into. It's worth watching. I think you can still watch not just this episode, the episode one, but you can watch other episodes on YouTube. They used to have them. I'm not sure if they still have everything on there, but they used to. But even if you enjoy it, I think you can buy a box set or something of it. But it's worth it. It's really interesting. You'll learn a lot about this realm. It's beyond just an enjoyable fictional show. It will help you see things about this realm. So as you could see, he resigned. He was packing his bags. He was going to take off and get away. And a man in all black, which is not a coincidence. That's by design. That's on purpose. Went there and gassed him and knocked him out. And then they captured him. So it gets very interesting. And every episode is just so unique and so rich with meaning, with esoteric meanings. And I don't know, I really enjoyed it. I've found out about this show, The Prisoner, years ago. Someone on YouTube that I used to watch years ago, Michael Tessarian, mentioned it. And yeah, I'm not going to go into Michael Tessarian and who he is and stuff like that. I'm really not going to go into that. But that's how I found out about this show. just have to break in here and break it up a bit uh, because of YouTube and the way things work. But he's confused, obviously. He's looking around like, where the hell am I? He realizes he was taken somewhere. He doesn't understand. He doesn't recognize the place where he's at. It doesn't look like England, if you know what I'm saying. So he's like, where am I? Break in, and I'm going to skip forward because I can't just record straight through this way. I'm going to have to jump around a bit. I can't just record this whole show and put it on, especially a channel like mine. They'll just shut down my channel if I try something like that. But anyway, some people, if you're wondering why are we watching this, you'll see for one thing. But what was I going to say? I do things differently on my channel. I'm trying to turn on your minds to different things. All right? Because I think it's helpful too. I think it's interesting. I think it's entertaining. I think you can learn from this. I think it can help turn your mind on. I think it can help you see symbolism in the world around you, in the quote real world, if you want to call this realm that. If you get what I'm saying, it can help you in life. Once you catch on to this stuff, you'll be able to see it around you in person, is what I'm saying. Not just see it in Hollywood movies or TV shows, old or new or whatever. You'll be able to see this stuff around you in the world or in the realm you're in. So I'm going to jump forward a bit here.
Where to, sir? Où désirez-vous aller?
Take me to the nearest town.
Oh, we're only the local service.
Take me as far as you can. Why did you speak to me in French?
French is international.
I suppose it's a waste of time asking the name of this place.
As a matter of fact, I thought you might be Polish, perhaps a Czech.
What would Poles or Czechs be doing here?
It's very cosmopolitan. You never know who you meet next.
Very cosmopolitan. Just like what they're turning the Western world into these days, like London, UK, for example, and other major cities in other Western countries. All coming together into one place. All one. New World Order. All one. And a lot of human beings think that's great. That's good. They're just following along with the plan. They don't understand what's going on. Okay, jumping ahead here a little bit. He is in this little shop, and he wants to see a map or buy a map.
Thank you. Good day. Be seeing you.
Sorry to stop again, but I hope that you caught that. What he just did with his hand.
Good morning, sir. What can I do for you then? Like a map of this area. Map? Color or black and white? Just a map. Map. Black and white. Here we are, sir. I think you'll find that shows everything. I meant a larger map. Only in color, sir. Much more expensive. That's fine. That's not what I meant. I meant a larger area. No, we only have local maps, sir. There's no demand for any others. You're new here, aren't you? Where can I get a hire car? Self-drive. No self-drive. Only taxis. I've tried those.
Starting to figure out things. They won't show him what's outside, what's beyond the village. They won't take him there in a taxi. He wants out, obviously. Skipping ahead a little bit here.
At last, delighted to see you. Come in, come in. Do sit down. I'm sorry, I can never resist that. I hope you don't mind a working breakfast. Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Indian or China?
Either. With lemon.
1 or 2 eggs with your bacon.
2?
That will be all. Help yourself to toast.
Jumping in again just for a second. Did you notice that? They knew exactly what he wanted. Just the way he wanted his breakfast. Tea with lemon, 2 eggs. It's all right there. They already know. He's showing you that. That's Patrick McGoohan on the screen right now, the actor and the one behind the Prisoner series show.
I suppose you're wondering what you're doing here.
It had crossed my mind. What's it all about?
Sit down and I'll tell you. It's a question of your resignation.
Go on.
The information in your head is priceless. I don't think you realize what a valuable property you've become. A man like you is worth a great deal on the open market.
Who brought me here?
I know how you feel, believe me. And they have taken quite a liberty.
Who are they?
A lot of people are curious about what lies behind your resignation. You had a brilliant career. Your record is impeccable. They want to know why you suddenly left.
What people?
Personally, I believe your story. I do think it was a matter of principle. But what I think doesn't really count, does it? One has to be sure about these things.
And that gives you the right to poke your nose into my private business?
Now, please. It's my job to check your motive.
I've been checked.
Of course, but when a man knows as much as you do, a double check does no harm. A few details may have been missed.
I don't know who you are. Or who you work for. And I don't care. I'm leaving.
Have you not yet realized there's no way out? Now, look, I have something that will interest you. Oh, feel free. A most important day, remember? Getting ready to meet Chambers. About to become late of the Foreign Office. You were hoping to persuade him to change his mind before the big boys found out. You waited and waited, but he never turned up. A nice guy, Chambers. And so...
Keep in mind, jumping in here, showing you this in the 1960s. And people, they do this to people these days. If you get what I'm saying. They stalk people, they blackmail them, they take pictures, video, they have stuff on people, they hold it over their heads, they do all this stuff. He's exposing this way back then.
You see, there's not much we don't know about you, but one likes to know everything. For instance, do you remember that time you arrived back from Singapore? Change of climate, feeling a bit shaky. You were sickening for a cold. Sneezed yourself out of our camera. Deciding to take a vacation. Now where can you go? Ireland? Bit too cold that time of the year. Paris? Maybe not. What was that? Sounded like a click. Something in the mirror? Or was it over there? Yes, over there too. As I said, one likes to know everything. For instance, I had no idea you liked lemon tea.
Time of my birth is missing.
Well, there you are. Now let's bring it all up to date.
4:31 a.m., 19th of March, 1928. I've nothing to say. Is that clear? Absolutely nothing.
Now, be reasonable, old boy. It's just a matter of time. Sooner or later you'll tell me. Sooner or later you'll want to. Let's make a deal. You cooperate. Tell us what we want to know, and this can be a very nice place. You may even be given a position of authority.
I will not make any deals with you. I've resigned. I will not be pushed, filed, stamped, indexed, briefed, debriefed, or numbered. My life is my own.
Is it?
Yes, you won't hold me.
Won't we?
Jumping in again. It was a great speech. And he ended with, "My life is my own. It will not be numbered." That's the attitude we should have.
Let me prove that we will. Come, I'll show you. We can take this up later. You're receiving me?
Loud and clear.
Quite a beautiful place, really, isn't it? Almost like a world on its own.
I shall miss it when I'm gone.
Oh, it will...
There's the sea, there's the village. It's a beautiful looking prison, isn't it? You just can't leave. But it looks nice. And that's what sleepers will tell someone like me. You don't see the beauty. You just don't see the beauty here. I don't see the beauty, they tell me. Because I'm calling this a realm of suffering and a prison realm. I just don't see the beauty. But look at the screen. Looks beautiful. There's the sea, and look at all the lush greenery and the architecture, the buildings, the old world architecture. You know, it looks lovely. It looks gorgeous. You just can't leave, though. It's kind of like a metaphor for this realm. Yeah, there's some beautiful places here you can go and look at. But they want you here forever. Do you understand? Some of us don't want to be a slave here forever. And I'm trying to break through to the people that deny the soul trap or think this is all great. Think, well, you just see suffering. No, I see the beauty too. Just like Patrick does. Just like the prisoner does. But I see what the realm is. I don't just pick out a tree and say that's a beautiful tree. See the big picture, man. See what the whole realm is. I don't just see the ocean. I don't just see the trees. I don't just see the mountains. I don't just see the architecture. Looking at the big picture. That's what I'm trying to get you to see. And I'm sorry, I'm not upset or angry with the people who do see this already. I realize I have some exceptional people on my channel. Some that see this already. You already see it. But I'm hoping that I can, drive this home to the ones that don't see. Look at the screen. It looks beautiful. You just can't leave. You can't even get a map that shows you beyond this place. Similar to our situation here. You can't get a map of anything beyond Earth. Am I right or am I wrong? Is that true? Unless you believe the false bullshit that NASA shows you that isn't even close. If you're believing in that shit.
Grow on you. We have everything here. Water, electricity. There's the council building. We have our own council, democratically elected. We also use it for public meetings, amateur theatricals.
Fascinating.
Just want to jump in because he said we have everything here, water and everything they need is there. Just like people say here, we have everything we need. We have food, we have water on Earth. Earth provides and God provides. And then he said it's important also to note that he mentions democratic. It's democratic. And that's what people say here. Well, you can vote. We're in a quote democracy, which it really isn't, but and is a democracy good to begin with? If 4 wolves vote to eat the sheep, then do you like democracy when you're the meal? You get what I'm saying? And some Americans realize that their country is, they're taught that it's a democratic republic and it's not just a democracy. And that's one step of truth. But you have a few more steps to climb to understand how democracy or a democratic republic is not serving you. It's all rigged. It's all rigged, and that's what he's showing you. It's democratic and all this stuff, but you're a prisoner. So maybe you could vote, but you're still a prisoner. Do you understand? They let you vote, but you're not going anywhere.
Yes, indeed. There's the restaurant. But did you know we have our own little newspaper?
You must send me a copy.
You'll be the death of me. We also have our own graveyard. But you'd be more interested in our social club, I think. Members only, but I'll see what I can do for you.
You're too kind.
Skip ahead. I like the way he's kind of a smart ass towards him. And I don't know if it comes across in my videos, but I can relate to that because I am kind of a smart ass sometimes, especially to quote authorities, which really don't exist, but they're just illusions and people follow them.
Beautiful day.
They didn't settle for ages. Now they wouldn't leave for the world.
You mean you brought them around to your way of thinking?
They had a choice. Wait! Wait! Be still!
I think I'm going to end it here. If you want to see more, watch the original video. But he noticed that they were all obedient, compliant, basically like mind-controlled zombies or, sheep, whatever you want to call them, slaves. And there are punishments for getting out of order. It's an excellent show that reveals a lot about this realm. And I recommend watching it. And if people don't like that recommendation, that's fine. If you want to watch it and you see something and you think that I'm directing you towards evil or say, well, you vouch for this show, come at me like that, then I'll never recommend something to you again. And I just won't even deal with you. It's just some people are too tedious for me to deal with. I have to be honest, they really are. I could show them the world and they would try to nitpick at one thing and not even comment on, You know, I could teach them 20 different things that will help them in life. And if they even think for a second that I misspoke once or stumbled over a word, that's their focus. It's like going to a concert with someone, not going to a concert, sorry. I'm going to revise that. Taking someone as a guest to a concert where you're paying for them. You bought their ticket, you're paying for their drinks, their meals, whatever at the concert. You're paying for everything. Your way there, you're driving, the gas, or whatever. Maybe you took a limo and you paid for the limo. You paid for everything to get there. And they go there and they're just watching a fucking seagull sitting on a post somewhere. They're not even watching the band. And then afterwards they're nitpicking, saying, yeah, they heard one song, or they heard something and that song wasn't good, or they didn't do it exactly the way that they do on their album. They did it live a little bit different. They didn't sound the same, or they're just nitpicking. It's like, fuck, you can't please this person, no matter what you give them and do for them and hand them freely. And that's the way some people are. And I'm aware of that. I'm acutely aware of that there's always people like that. They're nitpickers. I could make an hour-long video and they'll pick out one word. They won't even mention the rest. That's what I'm saying. Their comment won't even mention everything that I did in the video. They won't even say good video or this or that. They'll nitpick one word. That's been done multiple times on my channel already. I've only had this channel a little over, a month? Multiple times. Not just once, twice. I don't know how many times, but it's more than that. Do you know how... oh my goodness. Do you know how tedious that is, that I have to respond to comments like that? I should just ban those people. I shouldn't even give them another chance over that, because they're revealing what they are. They're nitpickers. So if somebody does that in the comments on this video, if you nitpick about something, or you don't even comment on the whole thing, you just say you missed this, or you misspoke here, or you're wrong here, and they don't even comment, like they just nitpick something, I think I'll just ban you. And I'm going to say that right now. You probably won't even get this warning because you probably didn't even watch this far. Most people, they shut it off long before the end. And the analytics, if Google is correct, is showing that most people don't even watch 50% of a video, and they're commenting. So I'm aware of that, okay? I'm aware of that. And I'm aware of the nitpickers. And you're just shooting yourself in the foot. People do that in life that nitpick that way. Like with my example, or somebody takes you to dinner at a fine restaurant. You just nitpick at, you just talk about the rolls. They had this wonderful, awesome meal, probably the most delicious meal they've ever had in their life, and it's bought for them. Someone else is treating them to prime rib or whatever it may be. Just a delicious dinner, 6-7 course meal or something. And they just say the rolls at the beginning were too hard and crusty, and they didn't like that. And they don't even comment on all the rest. The experience, how the place looked, the whole thing, the atmosphere, conversation, the delicious food, drinks, whatever. They just nitpick. I can't stand that. I can't stand that. So please, please don't do that on my videos. Don't do that on this video. Don't do that. Get out of that stupid habit of doing that. Whoever's doing that, it's bullshit. I just handed you a lot of knowledge, and you're going to nitpick at one thing. I know there's going to be someone that does that. It happens every fucking time. That's a real bad habit if you have that habit. And it's going to keep some really intelligent beings away from you because they won't tolerate that. Anyway, to the rest of the people here that aren't the nitpickers, I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you watch the original video, Season 1, Episode 1, and more episodes. And if you're not interested and you're not into it, so be it. You don't even have to comment and tell me, I don't really like that show, I'm not into it, I'm not going to watch it. Don't even bother. Why even tell me that? You know what I'm saying? Like, just zip your lips, keep quiet. It's better to do that. It really is, because it leaves kind of a better impression of you for me, if you see what I'm saying. It's smarter that way. If you don't like this series, not to say you don't like it. Why comment saying that? I'm trying to teach you how to be a little bit smarter. Truly, I am. It's good advice, not just with this or my channel or my videos, but in life. You could just keep quiet. It's better that way. It's better for you, if you see what I'm saying, than always complaining, saying, I don't like that, or, I don't like the costumes, or, that type of show is not my cup of tea. You don't even have to tell me that. Just don't comment. Less energy, You don't have to tell me it's not your thing. You don't have to do that. Just forget commenting. Just watch something else then. Simple. But this is for the people that may enjoy this and may want to learn something. That's why I made this. That's why I put my time into this. I shouldn't have to explain all this at the end, but there's always people, and it just gets to be so tedious. And I know now why people don't set up YouTube channels and to go through all that. I realize it. Some people it takes years to realize it. I realized it in like 2 weeks, maybe a week. But I mean, it gets to be tedious, the comments, the nitpickers. Don't be like that. If you see what I'm saying, please don't do that. Don't be invited to an awesome dinner or an awesome dinner party or something and just nitpick at the one thing you didn't like. And people have to pry it out of you. Did you like all the rest? Did you love the delicious food? I mean, it was the best meal I've had in my life. Do they have to pry it out of you for you to say, yeah, it was good? But I'm just focused on the one thing. Out of, 20 beautiful, amazing things, but you focused on the one fucking little thing that you didn't like. It's remarkable. Don't do that. Don't do that on my videos. And I don't want one or two or a small minority of people to ruin things. And I don't want to have to shut my channel down either, which has crossed my mind already. I know you're like, what? Your channel just started. You just reached 500 subscribers, but this is not my job. This is not my profession. I don't have to do this to survive in this realm or make a living, or, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to do this. I don't have to take fucking abuse and stupid shit. Don't have to. I don't have to. And I have a lot of knowledge that I don't have to share. If you see what I'm saying. I'm not obligated. I don't owe you, nitpickers, jack shit. But anyway, I'm not going to go on too much more of a rant about that. It's just something that really does drive me over the edge. And there's always someone doing that. And I don't know where you people come from. I don't get that. Really want to nitpick? How about you start a YouTube channel and be perfect? So that nobody has anything to complain about if you think that's possible. Because it isn't. It really isn't. But it's really stupid. It's really annoying. It's really aggravating. And it's not trolling. It isn't. It's people that are wired that way to just nitpick. Fuck, man, it's so annoying. I don't know if you realize how annoying you are. I wish someone would tell you in person, but these days most people don't have the guts to do that, to just take you aside and say, hey, listen, man, you're nitpicking all the time. It's fucking annoying, to be around you, and I just don't want to be around you if you're like that. Because maybe that would change you. I just have a feeling you do this in real life. And it's not just restricted to YouTube or limited to nitpicking on videos. Please change that. Work on that. So fucking annoying. Goodbye, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. And for the people that don't do that, you don't even have to watch the rants at the end if I go on a rant like that. You don't have to. If it doesn't apply to you, so be it. It just applies to them. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching. Bye.